Howdy mappers. So I've been talking a lot in the past about Map Roulette, which is a tool that I originally created and I still put a lot of time into as a tool to share tasks with other mappers, right? Today I want to talk about how you can use it just for yourself. You know that JOSM, let me pull it up. Oh, I closed JOSM. What happened here? Desktop, JOSM. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. JOSM has a to-do plugin, which I actually do use a lot, which lets you sort of select a bunch of things and then add them to a to-do list that sits in your sidebar, and it lets you go through everything one thing at a time, and if you click on one it will zoom and pan the map to that location. That all works pretty well, but my main complaint about it is that it doesn't support it doesn't survive JOSM restarts. So if you quit JOSM, the to-do list is gone, and you're have to start over. So why not use Map Roulette, right? So I'm starting with an overpass query. Here is a query. Let me make it a little bigger. Here is a query that basically says, okay, give me in Salt Lake City all the ways that have Tiger reviewed equals no. And there's 936 of them. Okay, that's easy enough. Let me get this back to normal. Then I go to Map Roulette and I go to create and manage. I go to my project and then I add this as a challenge for myself. So the advantage of this is that I don't have to be as, if I'm not going to share it, I know what I'm doing. I can just be really brief about everything. So I'm pasting this query and target mapping for myself, and all the rest of this stuff doesn't really matter. So I can just type whatever I want. I just to make sure that it's not discoverable, so other people don't see it. And if I want to be really good, then say private. You don't need to do that, but if someone happens to get the URL somehow, then they'll see that it's not meant for anybody else. So I just click finish. It took me all of 3 minutes, maybe, to do. And then there I have my challenge. See, you see that actually the number of tasks is already less because I've been fixing some stuff in before I recorded this already. So that's the other advantage of this. If this is a bigger chunk of work that you want to do over a period of time, you can just rebuild the tasks from time to time, and it will requery the overpass, and it will just delete all the tasks that have been done outside of this Map Roulette challenge. So I think that's pretty neat. So I'm going to start the challenge, and here's the first thing. And I'm using the feature, the editor setting, edit just features, so it will just load this single way in into JOSM instead of the whole area. Which the reason I do that is mainly because sometimes these ways are very long and you end up downloading a whole bunch of data that you're not going to use. So I'm doing like this, and switching over to JOSM, it will just have that one single road, and then I can hit Shift Option D. I don't know what it is on Windows, which is download along, which is very useful. There's also a menu, of course. Download along, it's right here. I accept the default settings, so it will download just some data that so to make sure that you see the road in context, right? So Okay, so this happens to be an area where a lot of stuff has changed, and this might actually not reflect the current reality. This is by the airport, where there's a lot of sort of construction going on. So I'm going to skip this one for now. It's another advantage of using Map Roulette. I can skip it, and I can say view later when construction is done. So this is a comment that doesn't go to OSM, that just stays within Map Roulette, right? But it's a nice thing for myself. So let me do one more. So you'll see that it opens another layer for each task, which is, well, I don't know, perhaps annoying, but it's the only way to load only that specific feature. So again, I load the data in the vicinity, make sure that everything is connected. I do the actual reviewing, because that's the idea here. I don't just want to remove the tags related to Tiger. I actually want to make sure that the street is all in good shape. Okay. Then delete this. And since it's a residential street, I know all the residential streets in Salt Lake City have a max speed of 20. So I generally tend to just add that. 20 miles per hour. So I'm doing nothing else. This is what I'm focusing on. I'm getting a warning, but that I know where that comes from. That's usually a sidewalk that's a dead end. I can look at it. Yeah, see, there's a lot of sidewalks that I can add a exit tag because it's a dead end sidewalk, but it's not really what I was doing. So here it is, and I can just keep working on that. So I fixed it, and off we go. So I thought that was nifty. Just wanted to show you that you can use Map Roulette just for yourself. So that was that. Happy mapping, folks.